Okay, hi. There is a subject that I would love to touch on if, you wouldn't mind. Yeah, okay, thanks. Yeah, there's a subject that I really have to bring up because it's been on the back of my mind non-stop. Okay. Almost everywhere you go, you will hear kids saying, "Wow, dude, that's so gay. That game is so gay. Dude, World of Warcraft is so gay. Oh my god, no, those shoes are so gay. Like, those shoes are so gay." And every time I hear someone say that, I literally walk up to them and I tell them, "Dude, you sound really stupid when you say that." Like, my friend Jessie, I'm like, "Oh yeah, me and Angie and Megan aren't hanging out this weekend now," and she's like, "Why?" And I'm like, "Oh, Megan can't do anything because, you know, she was homesick on Tuesday." And Jessie, she did not mean this with any harm whatsoever. She just wasn't thinking about it, and she was like, "Wow, that's gay." And I seriously straight up texted her back, and I was like, "I don't understand how that could have a sexual orientation." And she was like, "Oh, well, you know what I mean." And I was like, "Yeah, I do, but I really don't like when people say that." And she's like, "Oh, sorry." And I'm like, "Yeah, okay." Well, the thing is, I have had quite a few friends that are gay. I do have some friends that are gay. I know some people are gay. Basically, my best friend is gay. And even my mom has insulted him. She hasn't meant to really. I mean, she just... My mother is like 54, you know, she was a teenager in the day of the Beatles and the hippies, and when people didn't really come out as gay, and if they did, it was like, shh, and like, she was raised in a really religious, and, I don't know, ow, my bruise, my mother was born in a really religious household where that was really frowned upon and everything, and, well, the thing is, okay, so my best friend is gay, and he is a boy, and she actually accidentally insulted him this weekend because he was over, and she was like, "Oh, is he leaving now?" And I was like, no. And she was like, "Well, is he sleeping here?" And I'm like, "Yeah, because he sleeps over, like, every weekend." And Mom's like, "Well, this can't be an all-the-time thing." And I'm like, "Well, Mom, it's not really an all-the-time thing. He sleeps over, like, once a weekend." And she's like, "Yeah, that's a lot." And I'm like, "Well, Mom, it doesn't really matter. I mean, I've had girlfriends sleep over way more than that." And she's like, "Well, Natalie, he's a boy." And I'm like, "But Mom, you don't understand." And we got into this big argument about it, and I ended up swearing at my parents and yelling at them and walking upstairs, and he was listening to the entire conversation, and he got kind of offended. And I told my mom straight up, like, "Mom, that really offends him when you think that you don't trust him because of, you know, because of that." And it's like, he's not the same as a boy sleeping over. I told her, I was like, "Mom, he's attracted to boys, not girls. He's not attracted to girls whatsoever. He has a boyfriend. I don't understand what the problem is." And see, the thing is, I always hear kids, like, in my third hour, there's a kid who sits really near me, and I always hear him go, "Oh, dude, that game is so gay. Dude, that's so gay." And I hear him all the time, and I've told him multiple times, "Dude, don't say that. You sound really stupid when you say that. That game doesn't have a sexual orientation, or those shoes don't have a... I don't understand. This doesn't make much sense. You just seem like you have a huge form of Tourette's or something." And I don't know, kids say it, and I don't really think they understand how stupid they sound, and I don't think they understand. It's just a really stupid thing to say, you know? Like, point I'm getting at, really, is even if you're, like, homophobic, just leave it alone. Like, they're not gonna bother you, so don't bother them. really, like, the other thing is, when you want to insult a gay person and yell, because this happened, I was walking with him, and we were walking to my house, and there's these two guys in a truck, and I can tell they're looking at us when they're walking, and they get halfway down the block, and they open their window, and they're like, "Homo!" If you're gonna do that, please realize how stupid you sound when you do that. How is calling someone what they are an insult? You're not insulting anyone if you're calling them homo, unless maybe they're straight. Maybe if they get insulted by that. Yelling homo at a gay person is like me yelling to you, human or hetero. It's pointing out something that is clear as fucking day. Oh, you're a human, so human. Oh, you're gay, so homo. The other thing is, if you want to call someone a fag, great, you're calling them a cigarette. If you want to call them a queer, great, you're calling them weird. If you want to call them a faggot, great, you're calling them a pile of sticks. If you want to call them a flamer, great, you're calling them someone who likes to argue on the internet. I don't know, Urban Dictionary.